Nice. Don't I look out for my viewers? I always get it on the perfect one that you can see as much of the Shire as possible. Right, we're here. We're a little bit late, obviously. Come on, this is Geoff Buys Cars. Oh, I forgot to drink with me. That's right, there's nobody watching yet anyway. Let's get my battery plugged in. Door open. Oh yeah, then you can see a bit more of the Shires, can't you? Cool. Always takes a minute for the feed to catch up and tell me how many people are watching live. It's still saying 0, but I'd imagine that we've got some people already. If you are here, give me a holler in the comments. Just plugging in my battery pack. Cool, 75% on that one. Again, not bad for a Geoff feed. I assume some people are going to join us in a moment. Tony will be along shortly as well. If I can work out how to add him into the live feed. Hello, we've got some people and we've got some comments. Excellent, how are we doing? Let me know how the feed is. Can you hear me? Nerd in Motion's here, of course he is. How we doing? Still haven't posted the watch to you. I said to Mrs. Geoff this morning, I've got so much stuff to post out to people and I've got to do that. Been tidy in my house this morning, and I found a big bag of Geoff Buys Cars coffee cups, mugs. I didn't think I had any left. I thought I was completely sold out. So I will list my Geoff Buys Cars mugs up for sale at this broadcast, and then post those out to you. Probably, am I going to do another batch of those? They're a pain in the backside to send out, which is why they're priced the way they are. I think they were priced at 20 quid, and people were moaning, oh, that's a lot of money for a mug. But it's not worth it doing it for any less money than that, because honestly it takes, like, if you work it out, it takes longer than that to package a mug up. Hi Geoff, you got a mention on UK column news last week. I did hear about that. That's great. There's still, I'm gonna keep, I know if it feels like I'm repeating myself on the channel, I'm not. It's just that there are lots and lots of articles coming out about Paper Mile, and basically it's a bit like Splat the Rat. And as they pop up, as a new article comes up, splat, Geoff's going to debunk it. Another one in the Telegraph, splat, Geoff's going to debunk it. Daily Map, I'm going to debunk it. And I'm just going to keep going about Paper Mile until people the message. So there'll be some more coming on that. Stick to stickers, Geoff. Cheap to make, cheap to sell. Win-win. I will do that. In fact, I will this week. Nerd in Motion has a new truck. I want to do a video with you on your truck, but we're always miles apart. Someone said where I am. I'm in the hills above Worcestershire. Did you tell the BBC to F off? That one before we get Tony on board and celebrate EV Day. No. So this was yesterday. This was Sunday. I don't make videos on Sundays. Shabbat. There you go. That's a Big Lebowski reference, because we don't roll on Sundays. No, I was at home with my family, and I'd been, what were we doing in the morning? Oh, let me give you the full version of the story, all right? I can see an animal walking over there. It's probably a big cat. Right, I'll give you the version of the story. Have you heard of One Tree Farm, right? One Tree Farm is a collaborative, regenerative farm that has started up in Somerset, and the gentleman Billy is all over Instagram talking about One Tree Farm, and he's looking for partners to get involved in this regenerative, all organic, fully like as ethical, everything basically. It's all really good, and he's looking for partners to get involved in the farm. So there was a potential partner weekend on this weekend. I didn't put any of the channel because I sort of just kept it to myself. There was a potential partner weekend this weekend where you can go down, you camp out, it's a one-night stopover, you see the farm, you all eat together, you get to chat with like-minded people, all under like a marquee or a parachute. And so yeah, so you go down, check out the farm, and if you want, you can invest, and then that gives you access to food and other bits and bobs. It's really cool, and it probably will appear on the channel in due course. So what we did was, arrival was like anytime up to 3, event and like the farm walk around started at 3. And I woke up really early and I was like, right, Geoff, we need to go. I'm excited. Let's go. And Mrs. G was like, oh, no, it's all right. You don't need to arrive till 3. So we ended up messing around a bit in the morning and then packing the car and all camping gear. We didn't get down there till about 10 to 3. So what we did was we opened out the tent and lay it flat, ready to put the poles up. And then we carried on with the rest of the day. And I was doing this, you know, we went on the talk and we were listening to everybody, and then we had dinner. And then after a while, someone came over like, don't you think you should put your tent up? And I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. But like, it had rained that hard It just hadn't occurred to me for some reason to go. And basically, our tent ended up like completely wet through. I mean, the weather was abysmal on Saturday. If you're in the UK, then you will know the weather was absolutely abysmal. So instead of camping in a soaking wet tent, we about 10 o'clock and then drove home. So we got back about midnight. And I'm normally all right when I'm driving. Like I normally don't get tired, but the last bit of that drive was like a mega struggle. Anyway, we get home midnight, and then on the Sunday, I was trying to dry the tent out, but the weather was still horrendous. Sorting the car, emptying the car of camping gear, and just like getting organised, putting everything back in the garage and the trailer and whatnot, because we hadn't taken the camping trailer down. So I was like repacking the trailer. And then what happened next? That was it, yeah. So then I was on Twitter talking about Paper Mile, and my Twitter was booming because I said something and I'd worded it fairly well, and everybody was retweeting it, and it went everywhere about Paper Mile. And I was sort of tweeting whilst tidying up the house. And then a journalist got in touch with me from that. So basically, he'd seen my tweets calling out this. It's basically the same thing we always see on the Geoff channel. It's some shoddy 2-bit journalist that hasn't done any research, that has just been given a brief and has been written it exactly as he's seen it, instead of looking into it, in which case he would have found that, things are not as... We know that the journalists are on the side of, the agenda. Anyway, so I'd been tweeting about it and I'd called him out. And then someone from the BBC got in touch and said, would you like to be on the BBC to talk about it? And initially I was like, yeah, that's great. But it was BBC 5 Live, and they didn't want me on until 11 on the night time, obviously. But we'd gone out for Sunday lunch. We'd already had a couple of pints by that point. And I was like, I'm knackered. I was like, I kind of want to be in bed by then. And then in my head, I was like, I don't trust the BBC to not manipulate what I say, even though it's only 5 Live. I just, in the pit of my stomach, I didn't have a great feeling about it. So, and it was really late, and I was tired, and I had a couple of beers. So I didn't do it. That's not to say I won't in the future. I think under different circumstances, if it's not a Sunday, and if it's not 7 at the night, then maybe I will. But... And I did post on my Facebook saying, should I do it? My gut just sort of told me no. I know that they've got an agenda, right? I know that the people in power are trying to push a certain thing. And we know that the BBC have a track record of siding with the agenda, hiding information, mispresenting information, and are basically out and out lying to us. So would you engage with that? But by me engaging with, by going on the BBC, I legitimise their platform. And if I don't believe in their platform, I undermine my message by appearing on their platform. So the right thing for me to do is to say, do you know what? Appreciate being offered, but I don't go on the BBC. And I think that's that. Right, anyway, it's EV day. It's EV day. Let me see if I can get Tony on board. Is Tony here? How do we do this? I know I can do it on Facebook. How do we do a collaborative live? I should have looked at this before we started, shouldn't I? Oh no, this is going to be one of those things where top chat, live chat, super chat, or right, it's not there. It may be that I have to come off this live feed. What does that button do? I don't actually know what I just did then. Oh, I turned my camera off. That's what I did. Sorry, turn my camera off for a moment there. It might be that I have to come off this live feed to start a new live feed with Tony. On Facebook, you can click on someone's thingy and just invite them on, unless it is going to allow me to do that. If I click on the number of people watching, does it allow me to do that? No, it doesn't. So I think what I need to do is I need to stop this live broadcast, open a new live broadcast with Tony, unless there's another way to do that. There are some buttons here which I'm just looking at. No, I can put a filter on my video. They don't make it easy, do they? What does that button do? Highlight saved to your channel as an unlisted video up to the last minutes. Okay, so I can choose a highlight of my video. But I think we need to start your feed. That's all right. We've done 10 minutes anyway, so we've had a 10-minute video. I've talked about my weekend, and I'll explain why I didn't go on the BBC. That's good enough as a video on its own, isn't it? Right. Sky. We'll talk about the skies on the next video. We've actually got some sunshine here today. This, I'm going to stand in it. Yes. This is the first sunshine. This is the first proper light that we've had in Worcestershire for, well, about a week. Genuinely, about pretty 7 complete days. We've had almost, I would say 95%, we've had 7 complete days of complete blanket grey, unbroken skies. So it's nice that we've actually got some skies today. Right, I'm going to stop broadcast. I'm going to dig Tony out, and then I'm going to start a new live broadcast. So keep an eye on the channel for a notification, or keep refreshing your screen. Take me a couple of minutes to do that, and then we'll get Tony on and have a laugh about some EVs. Sound good to you? Great, let's do it.